A GTA family says a trip to the CNE to mark the end of summer ended on a sour note after their daughter was denied boarding the accessible car of a GO train Sunday. The 7-year-old uses a wheelchair, but it doesn't quite look like one. Her parents are hoping that sharing their experience can help remind others that disabilities aren't always obvious at a first glance.
The thing that wheelchairs have that strollers don't usually have is these 4-point anchor systems.
From the outside, this may look like a regular child stroller, but for the Lee family, it's a vital tool to keep their daughter safe.
And I just recline it, down recline, and then she's able to either recover from a seizure or we can just put her in a position where she's a little bit more safer.
This is what the family was using on their annual trip to the CNE Sunday. 7-year-old Pepper is nonverbal, diagnosed with epilepsy, and has a global developmental delay.
She's not able to walk, so it's not like we're able to take her out and she's able to just get onto the train herself.
The couple, who often travels with their daughter on the GO train, says their trip to the exhibition grounds went off without a hitch. But on the way back, they heard an announcement on the crowded platform.
No strollers on the accessibility coach, and naturally, because it's a very busy day, we understood that, but she's not in a stroller.
Kong says when the train pulled up to the ramp, he and his daughter were asked to wait, while staff let other wheelchairs onto the accessible car. Ultimately, he was told there was no more room, and the two were left on the platform as the train pulled away.
It looked like she didn't see there was an urgency for me to take her on the train because it looked like she was in a stroller and not a wheelchair, and it looked like she had not necessarily a real disability compared to the other ones that were a little bit more visible.
But Stephanie, who'd been able to walk on board with her son and sister-in-law, claims the car wasn't full. And to make matters worse,
there was people with luggage, and that was in place of a seat. This is exactly where she could have been seating.
We are investigating whatever happened fully.
Metrolink spokesperson Anne-Marie Aiken says staff are trained to deal with patrons with disabilities, but she recognizes that they may not always be visible.
I have epilepsy, and many people are living with epilepsy, and you would never know we have epilepsy. So we don't ask staff to ask people what's your disability and to identify it, but it's to recognize it. So it can be a challenge.
Stephanie and Kong say it's a situation they often encounter with their daughter's wheelchair, and they hope they can use this incident to help educate the public.
With the accessibility sticker we have for our car, there have been people who've given us the side eye saying, why are you parking there? You have a child in a stroller, you think that you should park there, but that's not the case.
It is one of those diseases that is hidden, and you don't notice until you see somebody have a seizure. Or in her case, when you look at her, sometimes she just looks like any other child.
Now, the Lees say they did make an official complaint with GO customer service, and Metrolinx tells us that the staff member in question is away, so it may take a few days to find out exactly what happened.